Welcome to Tool Time with Thryv, the video series where we show you step by step how to use some of the most powerful tools in Thryv. Today, we're going to walk through how to use Thryv Integrations to send a new client from Thryv to MailChimp. In case you didn't know, Thryv Integrations is a way to integrate Thryv with all kinds of apps and software that many of our clients are already using, like Gmail, QuickBooks, MailChimp, Shopify, and more. The functionality that we're going to go through today is really exciting because it allows Thryv to connect to MailChimp and send information to them, which makes both more useful and more powerful. Though there are quite a few steps to set this up, it's totally worth it because it takes business automation to the next level by sending information between these two systems to make sure our client's information stays as up-to-date as possible. Let's take a look at how to set this up. And if you want to follow along as we set this up, all the steps have been written down for you in this handy-dandy job aid. First, we're going to make sure that we have 3 tabs open in our browser. 1, Thryv, 2, Zapier, and 3, MailChimp. Alright. Now in Thryv, we are going to go to the Settings tab on the left side of the screen. And then we're going to click on Integrations on the bottom right side of the screen. We're going to click Connect next to Zapier. And then this section right here that says API token, we need that. That's information that will connect Zapier to Thryv. So we're going to click Copy to Clipboard, and then click Close. Next, we're going to go to our Zapier tab, and in the search field, we are going to type in Thryv, and there we are. So when we check that, it actually pulls Thryv up down here at the bottom of the screen. We are going to click Connect Account, and the screen pops up, and it's asking us to put in that API token that we copied. So we are going to paste that in, and click Yes, Continue. And then you'll notice that this just updated to say Account Connected. So now that we have done that, we're going to go back to the top of the screen. We don't want Thryv anymore here, so we're going to click that Xbox. And now we are going to select MailChimp. Now we can search for it, or it's probably displaying right there for you, so we're going to click MailChimp. And now we're going to scroll down to the bottom where it is displaying, and we are going to connect our MailChimp account. So see, click this Connect Account button. Again, screen pops up. We've got our information auto-configured in here. Otherwise, you just type in your login information. And Zapier is going to connect it. And then you see, it now says Account Connected. So now we have connected both our Thryv and our MailChimp accounts. And now we are going to click this ... right here and click Make a Zap. Alright, we've got our 2 apps up here, and the first part of creating a Zap is we have to set a trigger, basically an event that's going to kick off a change from one system to another. In this case, we've created a new client in Thryv. So we are going to click Thryv. And then there are different options here. We are going to select New Client, click Save and Continue. And we actually have a couple of accounts, but we are going to choose our primary Thryv account and click Save and Continue. And before we load in a sample, we are going to create a sample to load. So we're going to go back to our Thryv tab, and we're going to click on Clients, and we are going to create a new client for this test. So we are going to create, there we go, just a client with basic information for our MailChimp test. And we're going to click Save. And now we have our Chimp test account set up. So now we are going to load in samples from our test account, just to make sure that information is coming across. And client A is pulled in, we're going to take a look at some of that information. And you see this has our Chimp test name pulled in. So that's the information that we entered and the phone number. So that is the client that we want to pull through. We're going to close that and click Continue. Alright, now we've set up our trigger, so when a new client is set up from Thryv, it's going to send information. Now we have to give it an action and tell it where to send that information to. So we'll click MailChimp. And we are going to click Add or Update a Subscriber and click Save and Continue. And we are going to select a MailChimp account. And we'll just use our regular MailChimp account right at the top. And then what we're going to do is in our list, we're going to click the drop down. And we are going to select the list in MailChimp, which is just set up under training. That's where we're going to send our information. And then now we have to specify the information that's going to come through. So we're going to select subscriber email, and we're going to select the email to come through because this is an email field. That's the primary information that we're going to send to MailChimp in the training list. And we're going to scroll down and we're going to say, no, we're not going to require a double opt-in. Scroll to the bottom. And this is a really important step because even though we have that email, there are some additional fields that we want to come through into our MailChimp list. So we need to click this Refresh Fields option. What that's going to do is give us some more fields from the information that we're pulling through to populate. And we're going to pull through. We've got our first name for Chimp. Our last name for test is going to come through. We didn't put in an address. We don't really need it for this instance. So we're going to select a phone number. And we don't have a birthday. So those are just the additional fields that we want. That's it. First name, last name, and phone number. So we're going to click Continue. Here's a sample. It's testing to make sure we're sending the right information. So we're going to send test information to MailChimp. Once we click that button, it will send the test information. Before we click Finish, we want to make sure that this information was received in MailChimp. So we're going to go over to MailChimp, click there, and refresh or reload this page. And we'll see we have one new subscriber when we go into the list that we titled Training. There we see our DexYP information has come through. And they've received it from Zapier. So we are finished, so we're going to click the Finish button. So we're going to name our Zap. We're just going to type in new client to MailChimp. And we are going to turn our Zap on so that it is active. And there we go. We have set up the Zap to send information from Thryv to MailChimp.
That's it. We've now set up a connection to send a new client from Thryv to MailChimp. Like I mentioned earlier, Thryv Integrations takes business automation to the next level by connecting Thryv to apps and software that many of our clients are already using. This turns Thryv into the primary core system for a local business in the modern marketplace. And sending a new client from Thryv to MailChimp is just one more way that Thryv can use business automation to take local businesses to the next level. Thanks for watching Tool Time with Thryv. This is Gabe, signing off.